So thank you very much for joining us today. We wanted to ask if you would have to pinpoint the one statement that's the most important for you today within the discussion of silent genocide. Which statement resonated with you the most? Which one is the statement that you would like everyone to hear?
I think the silent genocide was the panel name, and I think for me that I already mentioned that it's not a genocide that is silent. It is very, very vocal, and it is very making a lot of noise out there. But the international media, I mean, the neighbors around Pakistan countries are not the international media that I'm talking about. The international media is the Western white media that I'm talking about, is a total blackout. So that I call is not a silent genocide. It's a cultural, economical, and language-wise and social genocide that has to be talked about, has to be solved. And United Nations, I think, for me, to think that they have a job to solve this. They have a lot of, on paper, a lot of work that they have done. But for me, I don't see the point, because in front of my eyes, my people are still dying, and there's genocide still happening. Right now that I mentioned is floods happening right now, and I think it's a systematically planned climate crisis, that they call it climate crisis, but I believe it's systematically planned, how much they oppressed the whole country because of that one aspect of climate change. They don't really provide aid to the people. Pakistan's military is one of the richest military in the world, and still they're not providing the aid that a human need. And the mother, as you might not know, but I think more than 3,000 mother gave birth into floodings. Either their child died or they themselves. So for me, it's not a silent genocide that has been happening in the past, rather than it's happening right now. And for me, I have actually a question that what is international media, the white Western media, is doing about it? What is the white Western countries doing about it? The politicians that sit in those UN rooms and panels to talk about the future. What is happening in present, and what are they doing in present? Thank you.
Can I ask you one more thing?
Yes.
With that? I think what stuck with me was one of the statements that you made, because you were at the UN today for the first time, you said, and you mentioned something about the youth not being present.
Yes.
And the shortness of their own submissions. Would you maybe repeat that statement so we can...
Yeah, I was in the United Nations Summit today, and this summit was about enforced disappearance. And there was, I saw a lot of middle-aged men and female and white male and female, and I didn't see the youth representation. We were talking about the future that they want to help, they want to hold on, and they want to create a better future for them. The future that is being created is for the youth, and the youth is not present there. And for that reason, all the countries were given just 1 minute and 30 seconds. For me, the enforced disappearance issue is such a huge issue that cannot be talked about in just 1 minute and 30 seconds. For me, I think it's far more important to have youth representation that can be vocal in those rooms that decide their future.
Thank you.